Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope you're all very well, and I hope you're having a great Thursday so far. So today I am very excited to be showing you or taking you through how to create your life of freedom. What does freedom look like for you? Because for a lot of people, it means different things. So we're going to get you to really think about that throughout the course of the call. And if you don't already, get a pen and piece of paper because we're going to make this a little bit interactive as well. So listen, let's get started. I'm just going to share my screen here. And here we go. Where is it now? Here, I think. And now. Okay. So you're very welcome to this call. I'm very grateful to have you here. And like I said, this call is all about how to create your life of freedom. You have no idea the potential that you have locked within you, okay? My job is to help you uncover that potential and get you to really take off, get you to really create a quantum leap in the next 90 days, okay? 90 days is only 3 months. We can do anything for that length of time. And if you really, dial in and if you really get focused and really, do exactly what I tell you to do, you are actually not going to believe the results that you're going to get in the next 90 days. So, guys, you only have one life, okay? We all only have one life, right? It is time to live our life the way that we want to, okay? Living a life of freedom, being able to do the things that we want to do with other people, being able to do being able to go places, being able to create incredible memories with the people that matter to us the most, okay? It's time to make our life count. We were put here for a reason. We are spiritual beings, right? There's infinite inside of us, right? We are meant for growth and expansion, okay? We're not meant to stay in our comfort zone. We're not meant to stay stuck. We're not meant to struggle, okay? So if you're here today, right, take this as your sign that this is yours. This is for you, okay? It's all about how you want to live. Who do you want to spend your days with? How do you want to spend your days? What are you doing? What hobbies do you have? Okay? But here's the thing, right? This is all well and wonderful, but we only attract what we are, okay? So it's all dependent on how we see ourselves, okay? If we don't see ourselves as worthy or, deserving of living a life of freedom, then it's going to be very difficult for us to do that, okay? But that's what I'm here to show you today, to how for you to get that belief, for you to create that life of freedom for yourself. Because like I said, it's there for you. And if you have wants, if you have dreams, if you have goals, you know that the very fact that you have those dreams and goals and wants means that you have everything that you need within you, okay? Now, I'd love you to ask yourself the question, over the last 90 days, right? Have you been committed to the suffering? Like, there's not enough money in my bank account. I'm not getting enough sales. I hate my job. I'm so tired, all of this. Have you been committed to that? Or have you been committed to the freedom? Have you been committed to your goal? Have you been committed to creating that life of freedom for yourself? Okay. Have you been making decisions based on your future self? Have you been, acting like your future self? Okay. So be very honest with yourself and asking these questions. And guys, there's no judgment. Okay. No judgment whatsoever. Do not judge yourself. Okay. Neutralize it. It is what it is. So you draw a line in the sand today and you go, okay, so maybe I have been committed to the freedom over the last 90 days. Boom. But from now on, I am committed to the freedom because I want to create a life of freedom for myself, for my family. I want to, go on that holiday every year, or multiple holidays every year. I want to have this car. I want to make this impact. Okay. You cannot do that if you're committed to the suffering. You can only do that if you're committed to the freedom. Okay. Oh, we don't want to go ahead here. Okay. So success. Success means different things to many, many, many people. Okay. Now, I used to think years ago that success is all about money, right? And I used to think, oh my God, if I seen somebody with a beautiful home and a gorgeous car and, beautiful clothes and all of that, I used to think that, oh, they must be so successful, right? But it's not about an event. It's not about money, right? It's a day by day process, right? And it's all about the person we become. Because here's the thing, right? The whole purpose of setting goals is for us to grow. Okay, it's for us to become more, to have more, and to do more, right? So, whenever you set big goals for yourself, big 10x goals that you want to make big jumps in your life, you know, that's going to cause you to stretch. That's going to cause you to grow. That's going to cause you to step outside your comfort zone. That's going to cause you to disrupt comfort on a daily basis, right? That's the whole purpose of goals. So success is all about the people that we become. So if we have all this money, but we don't have people around us that we can enjoy it with, or if we have all this money and we don't have the time to enjoy it, that's not success, right? So as I said, it's not an event. It is a process day by day, right? And it's all about the person that we become. And the thing about it is as well, your goal, it's not about a thing. It's about a feeling. How does it make you feel, right? And I love this sentence. I love this saying, you can create your own economy, right? And you may be sitting thinking there now going, how can I create my economy? This is happening, that's happening, blah, 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 blah. Listen, it does not matter what's going on outside. It does not matter what the economy says. It does not matter what's going on anywhere. All it matters is what's going on in here in your mind, because you get to create your own economy. But I'd love to ask you the question here now. Did you accept that idea as true for yourself, or did you reject that idea? Did you think, oh, yeah, maybe for others, but not for me? Okay. If you've done that, I want you to flip that around now. I'm going to go, you know what? I can create my own economy. I am creating my own economy, because guys, you are the driver of your life, right? You are the architect of your life. You can achieve anything that you want, okay? And success is not about, it's no secret. It's all about a process. Like I mentioned, it's all about a process, day by day by day, getting better every single day. 1% better, 1% better, 1% better, taking one step every day, because you cannot get to step 10 unless you do steps 1 through 9, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 10, right? Then what will happen is, you'll get momentum, and then you'll start to create quantum leaps with yourself, in yourself. That'll be in your health, your finances, your relationships, everything like that, okay? So remember, success is not about things, it's who you become. Now, I would love for you to take pen to paper right now as well and go, Rick, what do you want? So think to yourself, what do I really want? Okay. And, an easy way to think about this is, say it is the 14th of November, 2025, right? It's a year from now. What does your perfect day look like? What are you doing? Who are you spending your time with? Right? Like, what sort of business do you have? What sort of income do you have? How do you look? How do you dress? How do you walk? How do you talk? What sort of attitude do you have? Okay. So what goals do you want? Do you want a new car? Do you want, a new home? Do you want to pay off your mortgage? Do you want to go on multiple holidays every single year and create incredible experiences with your family? Okay. So take a minute right now and really get clear on what it is that you actually want. Okay. Now, here's the thing with your wants, right? You have got to be so crystal clear with what it is that you want. Okay. Now, you may already know what you want. You may already have this beautiful image in your mind of how your life is to live. If you don't have that image in your mind, then you've got to become more clear. You've got to create clarity, right? Now, clarity leads to action. When you're clear on something, when you know, like when you know like what you want, the way will be shown to you, okay? Clarity leads to action, action leads to results, right? So if you are very crystal clear on what it is that you want, I would love for you for just 1 second to close your eyes and really go there. So you are earning the income that you want to earn. You are driving the dream car that you've always wanted to have. You are, going on holidays multiple times every year to the most beautiful locations around the world, and you are creating the most unbelievable experiences and memories with your family. Remember, guys, at the very start of the call, we only have one life. Why are we fooling around? Why are we protecting ourselves from really living that life that we want to live? Right? So go there in your imagination. See yourself driving that car. See the look on your kids' faces. See the feeling that you have when you are taking them away in multiple experiences throughout the year. Like, do you feel grateful? Do you feel accomplished? How do you feel? How does creating this life of freedom for you feel for you? Okay, because we've got to get emotionally involved with our goal. Okay, if we're not emotionally involved with our goal, we ain't going to get it. Okay, so you have to be emotionally involved with your goal. Make your goal your magnificent obsession, because you know when you're obsessed with something, it's always on your mind. Have your goal always on your mind. Okay, so you don't like that. Nobody has to tell you to think about it, right? You might have to will yourself for a little while just to get into the habit of it. You know, discipline your actions. Once you do that, it's going to be just automatic, automatic, automatic. Okay. So when you have this big goal, when you have this big dream, it's always going to be in your mind. Make it your magnificent obsession, and you're thinking about it all day long. You're taking action from that place all day long. Okay. And when you do that, guys, right, you will not believe the things that you're going to start attracting to you in order for you to achieve that goal, right? I mentioned discipline there as well, actually. Discipline is actually the key to freedom. So I know, again, I thought, you know, years ago, so my background is I was an accountant many moons ago. And, you know, I give up that role probably around about 10 years ago now. I give up that role. Yeah, sorry, 1 second. I'm just going to, yeah. So I gave up that role probably around about 10, 11 years ago now. And I went and I started to work from home, right? And I thought, oh, this is great. This is wonderful. I'm going to have all the time in the world to do whatever I want to do and, you know, do like I was obviously working as well. So I was doing the job that I wanted to do and so on and so forth, right? And then it happened and I was like, I was so bad at like I wasn't getting a lot of stuff done, right? Because I wasn't disciplined. Your discipline creates the freedom. The routine creates the freedom, right? So we're going to go through processes, you know, in a little while in order for you to reach your goal. But discipline really is the key to freedom. And you might not, and you might say right now, okay, when you hear discipline, you might think, but I'm not really disciplined, right? You're not disciplined because you don't have a big enough goal. You're not disciplined because you don't have a big enough why. Whenever you have that big goal, whenever you have that big why, you are going to be disciplined because you are going to want to take the action towards that big goal. Okay. So make sure, go back again, you know, what do you want, right? Be very crystal clear. You know, what the income do you want to have? What health do you want to have? What relationships do you want to have? You know, what sort of holidays do you want to have? You know, what sort of experiences do you want to have? Okay. Become very crystal clear in what it is that you want so that you have this image in your mind. Whenever you think of your goal, the image straight away comes onto the screen of your mind, okay? Because like I said, clarity leads to action, and then your action then leads to results, okay? Now, don't be obsessed with the present results, right? Your present results are based on past thinking, past behaviors, and past actions, right? Now, if we continue to be obsessed and keep looking at our present results, we're always going to continue to get the same results over and over and over and over again. Okay? Because that's the way it works. What we think about, it controls how we feel controls how we act, and then how we act will control the results that we get. So everything starts in our thoughts. So if you're always focused on your present results, your present health situation, your present relationships, you know, there may be areas in your life right now that are going amazing and you don't need to worry about those things, right? But there may be other areas in your life that you want to work on, that you want to improve on, that you know that you can do better, right? So maybe it's your finances, right? So don't look at what's in the bank account. Don't look at your current, you know, sales every single month. Don't look at any of that, right? Because if you continue to look at that and make decisions from there, you're going to be like that hamster on a wheel and you're never going to be able to get off. You're going to experience burnout because that's what happened to me, right? Years ago, I was involved with the health and wellness industry, with health and wellness company, and I reached a very, big position within that company. Only 2.7% of all people who actually join the company actually reach this position. So you would think I'd have been, really impressed with myself, wouldn't you? But I wasn't. I had the, oh, I don't deserve it. I had the, oh my God, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened to me. Maybe I got lucky, right? So what do you think happened a couple of months after that? My results started to fall backwards. My income started to fall backwards. My turnover started to fall backwards. And I was like, what the hell? So I'd done the only thing that I knew what to do and how to do. And then we're taught for years and years and years, you got to work harder, Tara. You got to work harder. No, guys, right? Working harder is not the answer because it all is down to our thinking. It's all down to how we see ourselves, our self-image, right? And if we don't change that, nothing's going to change. So this is exactly how we get into this work back in 2020. And when I started doing this work and implementing what I was being taught, I doubled my turnover in 3 months, 90 days, guys. You can do the same, right? I am no different to you. You're no different to me, right? If I can do it, then guys, believe you me, so can you, right? But you've got to stop looking at your present results. You have got to stop looking at what's in your bank account. You have got to stop looking at, oh, I only have X amount of sales this month, right? Stop looking at that. Start looking at it from your wants, from your goal, from you creating that life of freedom, having that crystal clear clarity, right? Having that crystal clear goal, right? Now, you can look at your present results so long as you don't get emotionally involved with them, right? Because whenever you're emotionally involved with them, that's what you're thinking about. Again, what you think about, controls how you feel controls how you act, and then how you act are going to determine the results that you're going to get, right? So you can look at your present results and just use them as a compass. You can say, okay, this is where I am here now. This is where I want to go. So I need to start making decisions from, goal achieved, right? I need to start making decisions from hurt. I need to start, I can't look at what's in the bank account. I have to be courageous and, act before I'm ready. Do it now before I'm ready. Okay. Now, you can also ask yourself, like, why are my results the way they are? Have you not been taking action? Have you been taking action, but maybe it's not the right action? Okay. So there's another question to ask yourself. Why are my results the way that they are? You're the only one that's going to know the answer to that, right? And if you're not consistent, if you start and stop and start and stop, guys, here is the absolute, what's the word I would call myself? Master at that. I was a master at starting and stopping. I would get so motivated. I would get, yes, I'm doing it. Yes, I'm doing it. And then do it for a little while, then I would stop. Then I would do it for a little while, then I would stop. Okay. Starting and stopping is all to do with your programming. It's all to do with your paradigm. It's all how you see yourself, right? Now I don't do that. I am so disciplined. I'm so locked in. I am so committed to my goal. I know that, I've achieved so many things over the last couple of years, and I continue to get better. But like I said, guys, you can do it too, because I promise you, if I can do it, if I was in, like, when I tell you how I was, and not very many people, knew this at the time and probably still don't know it. Like I was obviously happy with, with my family, but apart from that, I was so unhappy in every area of my life. Because I was working harder, guys, and nothing was working. My business was still falling backwards. My income was still falling backwards. My turnover was still working backwards, and I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. So for a full year, guys, a full year, I obsessed with my present results. Really looked and going, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? I'm literally doing what I done to get there. But it was all how I seen myself. My self-image was only set at a certain income level. Okay. So I went over that when I reached my goals significantly. Okay. So my self-image creeped in and went, oh, hang on a second. That's not right. So my self-image brought me right back down to where I seen myself, that I was worthy of, that I deserved income level. Okay. But again, it wasn't until I'd done this work that I really understood, right? Well, okay, so that's how my mind works. And whenever you understand how your mind works, guys, I'm telling you, you are going to be off to the races. You are going to, achieve any goal that you set yourself. Okay. Now, you can only attract what you're in harmony with, right? So we don't attract what we are. We don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. Okay. So for every single goal, every new level that you reach for, it's going to require an upgraded version of you, right? So right up till this point, you probably have achieved many goals in the past, right? But maybe you're at a level where now you just can't seem to get to that next level, right? You can't seem to break that income threshold. You can't seem to break that turnover threshold. You can't seem to, break that, whatever threshold that you have imposed on yourself. Because here's the thing, right? And I was chatting to somebody the last day, and they're like, oh, I just can't seem to push through that glass ceiling. Guys, there is no glass ceiling. That's something that you have imposed on yourself, okay? That's how you see yourself. Okay, so we got to change how you see yourself. We've got to do the self-image work. We've got to do the deep internal work, because if we don't do the deep internal work, we're not going to get permanent results. We're not going to get permanent change. Yes, you could be like me, reach a big promotion, all's wonderful in the garden, rosy in the garden, and then for a few months, and then it goes backwards. You don't want that, right? You want to keep jumping levels. You want to keep growing and growing and growing, becoming better, becoming better, becoming better. Okay. So remember, you only attract what you're in harmony with, right? So you need to become better. You need to upgrade your beliefs. You need to upgrade your attitude. You need to upgrade your identity. Okay. You need to upgrade how you see yourself. You need to upgrade your processes, your action. Okay. So you will only attract what you are, okay, and what you're in harmony with. Oops. Okay, belief. Now here's the big one, right? Whatever goal you have set for yourself, right? You have got to radically accept that idea, right? What do I mean by radically accepted? Make it like that it's already done. That you know in your heart and soul that it's already done. Any goal, I want you from now on, right? That any goal that you set for yourself, straight away accept that it's already done. Okay? All you have to do is become that person. So your goal is here, right? You're down here. You just have to become better. You just have to become that person for you to achieve your goal. So your goal is already here. Creation is already your goal is already here. Creation has already been. It's finished, right? So you just have to become better in order to reach that goal. So radically accept the idea, radically accept your goal that it is already done. Okay? Believe that you can have it, because you can, right? If you have a dream, a wish, or a goal, right? The very fact that you have that dream, wish, or goal means that you have everything that you need within you to achieve that. Guys, you are an infinite being, right? There is no limit to what you can achieve, right? Now, here's the thing, right? We can't just think our way into belief. We have to behave our way into belief, right? Act before you're ready, right? Do the behaviors, do the actions of your future self who is living that life of freedom, who's driving that dream car, who's having that perfect health, who's having, the wonderful relationships, who is creating, the most wonderful experiences and memories for their family by taking them on, holidays or whatever. Okay. Start acting like that person. You've got to believe your way into belief. You cannot just think your way into it. You have to believe your way you have to behave your way into belief, okay? And belief is so important. And if you don't have the belief in yourself right now, you borrow my belief in you, because I know that you can do it. I know that you are an infinite being. I know that you are created perfectly, okay? So take the action based on where you want to go, not based on where you currently are. Because if you continue to do that, you're always going to get the same results. Now, allow. What are you allowing? Are you allowing fear to creep in? Are you allowing procrastination to creep in? Are you allowing the negative self-talk to creep in? Right? Right now, from this moment in time, forget about it, right? Stop allowing that to happen, right? Your dominant thoughts, your dominant thinking must come from your future self, okay? Must come from you living that life of freedom, having your dream home, having your dream car, having the amount of money that you want in the bank account, having, that, income goal every single month, and you reaching it with such ease, right? Because isn't that what it's about? Effortless success. That's what we want. We don't want to have the hard slog, the working harder, 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 grinding, sacrificing time with family, because that's not success, right? You want to have success that you're able to enjoy it. The person you become better, okay? So that everybody then around you becomes better. And that's the great benefit of doing this deep internal work on yourself, is that when you become better, everybody else around you becomes better. Everybody else raises themselves almost to your standard, right? And there's better energy about, and everybody's, getting on and everything else, right? But here, ask yourself the question, what am I allowing? Am I allowing fear to creep in? Am I allowing doubt to creep in? Am I allowing procrastination? Am I allowing, the negative self-talk? Because if you are, you're going to stop that now. Okay? Stop it now. And whenever it comes in, you're going to completely reject it, and you're going to reaffirm the opposite. So I am courageous. So if you're fearful, you're going to go, no, reject, and you're going to replace it with, I am courageous. I am brave. I am fearless, right? If you're allowing the negative self-talk to come in like, oh, who do you think you are? You could never achieve a goal like that. You can tell your paradigm to flip and do one, right? You're not accepting that idea. You are completely rejecting that. And you're going to say, I am worthy of achieving all of my goals. I am worthy of achieving everything that I desire, because my spiritual DNA is perfect. Okay. I'm an infinite being. There's no limit to what I can achieve. Okay. So be mindful of what's coming into your mind, reject if it's negative, and reaffirm the opposite, right? Knowing what you want is absolutely key, guys, right? Because you're never going to take the action. You're never going to do the disciplines. You're never going to do any of that unless you know what you want, because you don't, like, going back to the clarity slide, right? Clarity leads to action. Action leads to results. So if you don't know what you want, how can you start, taking it into your life? So say, for example, right, you were at a restaurant and they give you the menu to order, and you were like, oh, I don't know what I want. So you say, oh, just give me whatever, right? And the waitress comes out, or waiter comes out, and gives you your dinner. If you don't like it, but who's that on? That's on you, because you didn't know what you want. So it's the same with our life, same with our goals, right? If we don't know what we want, if we're not following a direction, every circumstance, everything that goes on in our outside environment is going to come in, and it's going to cause us to, take that path, right? But if you know where you're going, if you know exactly what you want, all the outside noise will get silenced. Like that, you will silence that. There won't be any outside noise, because you're so focused, you're so determined, and you're so committed to get to where you want to go. Okay, so knowing what you want is absolutely vital for you to create your life of freedom. Okay, then accept that idea. Radically accept that idea. Make your goal your magnificent obsession, where you think about it. You don't even have to be told to think about it. That's all you think about all day long, every day. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to get emotionally involved, because if there is no emotional involvement, then there's going to be no results, right? You have to get emotionally involved with your goal. You have to see yourself as that person. You have to act as that person. You have to, believe like that person. Okay. Comfort, guys, is the worst addiction, right? You do not want to be in your comfort zone, because, listen, maybe you're happy in your comfort zone, right? But you probably aren't, because you know that you're capable of more. You know that you're worthy of having more. You know that you want to be more, to do more, and to have more, right? Be courageous. Step outside of your comfort zone. Disrupt that comfort every single day, because that's how you become better. That's how you grow as a person. That's what success is. Like I said, the person you become. Okay? Now, the law of vibration starts in your own mind. Guys, we've all heard of the law of attraction, right? Manifesting, 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 and just think what you want and you'll manifest it. Guys, it's really just not that simple, right? Or the law of manifestation, the law of attraction is a secondary law, right? The law of vibration is actually a primary law, right? So it's all down to do with what we think about, right? It's all down to do with our vibration will dictate what we attract into our life, okay? Now, up here you have your conscious mind, okay? So there's two parts of the mind. You've got your conscious mind and you've got your subconscious mind, right? Your mind controls your body, right? Your body is an instrument of the mind. Your body is going to do what your mind tells it to do, right? Most people don't know that. Most people think, oh, it's my body that does what I tell it to do. No, it's your mind that tells your body what to do, right? So here we have our conscious mind, right? So this is our thinking mind, right? This is our educated mind. This is where we gather all of the knowledge, right? And this is our intellect, right? Whatever we are thinking in this mind right now is what we have in our life, okay? The results that we have right now are a result of our past thinking, okay? So if you want different results, we've got to change the thinking right now, okay? So like I said, the intellect, what we're intellectually thinking about is what we're bringing about into our life right now, is the result that's actually showing up in our life right now, okay? So what are you choosing? What thoughts are you choosing? We all have this thought power that's going to come in here at the top of our mind, okay? Every single one of us. We have like over 80,000 thoughts every single day, right? So what is it that we're thinking about, right? Are you choosing the thoughts? Are you choosing thoughts based on your future self? Or are you choosing thoughts based on your present results? Because if you continue to choose thoughts based on your present results, you're not going to achieve the results that you want to create in your life. You're not going to create that life of freedom for yourself. Okay? Now, again, in your thinking mind, we have the ability to accept or reject ideas. Okay? So remember what I was talking about a minute ago, where if you have, thoughts coming into your mind that you're not worthy, okay? Completely reject that straight away. What you want to do, what you want to use your conscious mind and your thinking mind to do is only accept ideas that are in harmony with your future self, that are, in alignment with the life that you want to live. Okay. If you have thoughts in here that, that you don't have enough money, or, that you're not good enough or whatever, you need to reject those thoughts straight away and reaffirm the opposite, right? Only accept thoughts that are in harmony with your future self. Only accept thoughts that are in harmony with the life of freedom that you want to create for yourself, right? And again, in your thinking mind, you can actually originate ideas, okay? So whenever you're coming from your future self, whenever you see yourself as that person, right? You're going to be thinking like that person. So you're going to create ideas that's going to take you to your goal, okay? But imagine if you were thinking from your present self, your present results. I'm not earning enough money, I'm not getting enough sales, so on and so forth, right? Imagine if that's the thoughts that you were creating, right? You're only going to originate ideas based on that level of vibration, right? But you want to be originating ideas based on your future self and getting emotionally involved with that future self, right? Can you imagine the difference in the ideas that you're going to have and the difference in the action that you're going to take whenever you are emotionally involved, whenever you're thinking from the person you want to become, living that life of freedom, driving that dream car, having the relationships that you want, having the great health that you want, having the income that you want, and creating special experiences and memories for those that you love the most. Now, the subconscious mind, here's where that's slightly different in that this is your emotional mind. So this is where we think. Conscious mind is where we think. Emotional mind is where we feel, okay? Now, your emotional mind cannot reject, okay? So if you're feeding your subconscious mind with thoughts of lack up here, your subconscious mind has to accept that. It doesn't have the ability to reject. So that's seeping into your subconscious mind, okay? And then if that's seeping into your subconscious mind, negative thinking, leads then to like fear and worry and doubt. What sort of vibration do you think you're going to be in? Negative vibration. So the vibration that we're in will determine the action that we take. And the action that we take is going to determine the result that we get. Because for every action, we're going to get an equal and opposite reaction. Okay. Your circumstances, your conditions, and your environment is going to change. So to give you back the result. Okay. So if you're in a negative mindset, if you're telling yourself you don't have enough, I'm no good, I can't do that, so on and so forth, right? And you allow that into your subconscious mind, you're going to be in a negative vibration. So listen, the universe doesn't care what you give it. It will give you exactly what you give it. So whatever you put out, you are getting back just like a boomerang. Okay, so make sure that you're putting out good. Make sure that you're putting out thoughts. Your dominant thinking must be from your future self. Okay, maybe right now for you, it's going to be difficult to do that or whatever, or you think it's going to be difficult to, right? Do not assign a level of difficulty to something straight away, right? Listen, nothing's easy or hard. It's our perception that makes it so. Okay. So think about that one. Nothing is hard or easy. It's how we think about it. And don't be assigning a level of difficulty to it, right? So also with the subconscious mind, it cannot determine the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And this is the part that I love about this, is because mental rehearsing. So whenever you have that, whenever you have that goal of yourself, right, you want to have that as your dominant thought. You want to use your imagination to see those pictures. You want to mental rehearse every single day, right? Mental rehearsing is like an income producing activity, right? Because what is it that Jim Rohn used to say? In order for things to get better, we must become better, right? So mentally rehearsing our goal every single day, seeing ourselves with what we want, seeing ourselves living that life of freedom that we want to create for ourselves, creating that quantum leap in the next 90 days, right? Because I have created a quantum leap, a couple of quantum leaps over the last 90 days. So I know that if I can do it, so can you. If you set your mind to it right now, you can create a quantum leap between now and what are we on? So November, December, January, like the middle of February. Can you imagine if you were to take a massive quantum leap between now and then? Like, wouldn't that be incredible? How would that make you feel? Right? So mental rehearsing is absolutely vital as well, right? And we're told years ago, after we were kids, stop using your imagination. Like whenever we were kids, we used to use it all the time, right? And then as we get older, we tend to go, oh, so we don't use our mind for ourselves. We just, get into the busyness of life and we don't actually consciously think, right? But start now, do the mental rehearsing. See yourself already, on that holiday. See yourself already driving that car. How does it feel? What does it smell like? Can you smell the leather in the car? Can you smell the new car smell, right? If you're on holidays with your family, how does that make you feel? Do you smell the sun cream? Do you smell the salty sea air? Do you hear the laughter of your children, right? So really get into that level of detail. And I promise you, like if you do that every single day, morning and night, my God, you are going to be to the races. But so we spoke there about, being in a negative mind. But if we go to the positive, right, and we're thinking about our future self, we're getting so excited. We can see that image in our mind. We can hear it. We can see it. We can feel it, right? We can taste it. We can touch it, right? We're going to use all our senses to create that image, right? We're going to get emotionally involved with that, right? We're only going to accept thoughts that are in harmony with our future self, okay? We're going to pass it over to our subconscious mind. We're getting emotionally involved with it, right? Down here, what vibration do you think you're going to be in? You're going to be in a great vibration. You're going to be in a positive vibration, right? Because you're excited. You know that this is here for you, right? So what action do you take? You take actions that are in alignment with your goal. You take action that's going to take you closer to your goal, right? So if you're in a good vibration, you're putting great out, right? So what are you going to get back? Your conditions, your circumstances, and your environment are all going to change and all going to conspire to help make this happen for you. Whenever we create the goal in here, right, we have to pass the goal into our subconscious mind and get emotionally involved with that, right? Whenever we become emotionally involved with that, we take the action, right? Whenever it becomes a desire, and we do that through repetition, 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 right? By saying it over and over and over again, by writing it over and over again, by mentally rehearsing it over and over and over again, right? Whenever we become emotionally involved with that, that becomes a desire, right? When it's a desire in our subconscious mind, it's not only a desire there, it's then a desire in the universal subconscious mind, right? And then, like I said, your conditions, your circumstances, and your environment is all going to change in order to bring that goal a reality. Okay. So, guys, really, really understand this drawing because it's absolutely key. You want to make sure that you're catching all the negative in this here and you're not letting it go across into the subconscious mind. Okay. Now, our paradigm is running us all day long, right? It's actually running 95% of our day, right? So, what is a paradigm? Our paradigm is a multitude of habits that are stored in a section of our subconscious mind, right? It's almost like a belief system, but our paradigm controls our ability to earn money. It controls the amount of finances that we have. It controls our health. It controls our relationships. It controls our use of time, and it also controls our productivity, right? So if we don't change the paradigm, nothing changes. In order for us to get different results, we've got to change the program, right? When our paradigms stay in control, guys, nothing changes, right? Nothing. Our paradigm was formed through repetition of maybe hearing things and, seeing things throughout our whole life from when we were kids. They formed like these beliefs and stuff were formed genetically, environmentally. And that's the other thing. Who you surround yourself is absolutely key in achieving, what you want. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are complaining or negative, are always giving out, then that's who you're going to become. Okay. So if you want to create a life of freedom for yourself, surround yourself with people who have what you have, okay, or have what you want. Surround yourself with people who encourage you. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, okay? Surround yourself with people who disrupt comfort on a daily basis because that's how we're going to create the life of freedom, disrupting comfort. We're going to act before we are ready, right? We're going to be courageous. We're going to be fearless because if we don't change what we're currently doing, then nothing's going to change. If we don't change the paradigm, our results are not going to change, okay? And again, it comes down to this, right? Work harder, and this is what I done. I was like, Tara, just work harder. This is what you have to do. I was doing the work, guys, right? I was doing the work. I was slogging it in every single day, right? But here's the thing. It is a complete black and white deal, right? It doesn't matter how hard you work or how many hours you put in, right? It really doesn't. If the program does not change, ultimately, the results will remain the same from one year to the next. So if you're continuing to get the same result year in and year out and nothing's changing, even though that you've tried different things, then it's time for you to look and start changing the programming, start changing the paradigm, right? Because if you don't, then nothing's going to change. Okay. And again, listen, I've done this. I know this works. So if I can do it, then so can you. All right. Now, transformation, right? Over the next 90 days, it's time to create your transformation. Guys, if you want to create a quantum leap over the next 90 days, right? It's time to create your transformation. It's time to be brave. It's time to be courageous. It's time to really start having the dominant thinking based on where you're going, right? Based on your future self, not based on where you currently are. Okay? Transformation, like you can listen to all this today, right? And go, oh yeah, that was brilliant. That was amazing. That was so motivational, inspiring, whatever, right? But do you want transformation or do you want information or do you want transformation, right? Because unless you take the action, nothing's going to change, right? So what is your transformation going to be in the next 90 days? Guys, it's time to create it now, okay? If you've been living the same year after year after year, it is now time for you to step out. It's now time for you to be brave. It's now time for you to be courageous. It's now time for you to disrupt comfort. And it's time to create your transformation. Okay? Only you can change it. If you have a business right now, right, and your business isn't probably going the way that you wanted to, right? Your business is you, okay? So you have to work on you first, right? And I used to think this was so alien to me, like, years ago, especially coming from an accounting background. Like 95% of what we do is mindset, guys. 5% is strategy, right? So we must continue to work harder on ourselves than we do in our business, okay? The harder we work on ourselves, the better that we become. Our results are going to come as a default with, with our business. Our income is going to skyrocket. Our health is going to skyrocket. Our relationships are going to skyrocket. Everything is going to skyrocket from working on you. Okay. So it's now time for you to create your transformation. Be brave, be courageous, and start disrupting comfort by taking the action before you're ready. Okay. You might not have the money. You might not have the resources. You might not have the time, right? But ask yourself, am I interested in achieving my goal? Am I interested in creating a life of freedom? Or am I truly committed, right? Because when you're interested, you're only going to do what's convenient, right? You'll only do whenever you feel like it. Whenever you're committed, you're going to do whatever it takes. You will only accept results and you will never accept excuses, okay? So be very honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I interested or am I committed? So a quantum leap can happen in 90 days or even earlier. It literally, it has happened to me earlier in 90 days. Sometimes it's taken 90 days, sometimes it's taken a bit longer. But the latest one that I've gone through multiple ones within a 90-day period, okay? But here's what you have to do. You have to be hyper-focused and hyper-intentional, right? Complete focus. Do not disturb is my best friend on my mobile phone, right? I don't know why I knew it was always there. I don't know why I didn't use it until a few months ago. It literally has been the biggest game changer, right? I do my work in depending, 30, 45-minute sprints, right? I know exactly what I'm doing. I am being super intentional. I know exactly what I've got to do. I have that clarity. And like I said earlier in the call, the clarity leads to action, and it's the action that leads to the results. Okay. Daily focused study creates a great wealth, right? Like I said earlier, you've got to work harder on yourself than you do in your business or than you do in your job. Because whenever you work harder on yourself, your results are going to come as a default. Your confidence is going to get better. You're going to become a better, wife. You're going to become a better partner. You're going to become a better sister, a better mother, a better boss, a better leader, right? So be doing the focus study on yourself. You will never, ever, ever regret it. Deliberate practice. What are the things that you need to be doing every single day, right? What are your processes? What are your 3 to 4, 3 to 5 goal achieving activities that you can do every day? And you're basing them from your goal, from your future self, not based on where you're currently at. You're basing them on your future self. What are the 3 to 4 things that I can do every single day that's going to take me closer to that goal? And be intentional with those actions, okay? Then increase value in your mission. Like, what are you doing? Like, what value are you putting out there? You may have your own business, right? So what value are you putting into the marketplace? If you are in a job, what value are you bringing to that job, right? Be the best person be the best employee that you possibly can, right? And attack what you need to work on, right? Do I need to work on my discipline? Do I need to work on my focus? Do I need to work on accepting ideas, right? Do I need to work on just becoming better? What do you need to work on? You have to decide on that and pick one thing that you're going to do for the next 90 days and focus all in on that. Okay. So I know for me, I'm excited to create my next quantum leap. And I'm excited for you to see what's actually possible in 90 days. Honest to God, be hyper focused. Focus, focus, focus. Do not disturb is your best friend. If you have an office and home like I do, stick a note out in the door and say, do not disturb whenever you're on calls or whenever you're doing work, right? The focus energy goes where focus goes, right? So wherever you put your focus, all energy is focused in towards that, okay? And be hyper intentional. Set your intention before you do any task, okay? Daily focus study, do your deliberate practice. What are you doing? What are your 3 to 4 goal achieving activities that you're going to do from your future self? Increase value, listen, You get paid for impact, not for hours. I heard that the last time, I thought it was brilliant. You get paid for impact, not for hours. So the more value you put out there, the more that you're going to get back as a default, okay? And attack what you need to work on. Really sit down and decide, do I need to become more disciplined, more focused, more intentional? Do I need to become better at expectation, right? So figure out what that is for you and then start to work on it, but only work on one at a time. Right. Your future self, right? Create every process from your goal. Create every process from your future self. Your thinking only has to be in harmony with your future self, right? But here's the other thing. What's your expectation? Are you expecting yourself to fail? Or are you expecting yourself to win? Right? Because we don't get what we want, we get what we expect. So you need to change your expectation. I expect to win. I expect this to be my best presentation I have ever done. Every time that I show up, I expect to be better. Okay? What are you expecting to happen? Are you expecting all the wrong things to happen? Are you expecting everything to go wrong? Are you expecting everything to go right? And again, don't judge yourself if it's not where you wanted to go. Just look at it from a neutral point of view and go, okay, then that just means that you know what you need to work on, right? So from this moment on, boom, from this moment on, I'm only expecting everything that's in harmony with my goal. I'm only expecting things to go right, okay? Are you going to get adversity? Are you going to get obstacles? Of course you are. That is life, right? But think of your obstacle not as a way to stop you, but as a way to guide you, right? Because for every step that we take, like I said earlier, we can't take step 10 before we take step 1. And for every step that we take, for every action that we take, the way will be shown to us step by step. Okay, but we have to step out and take the action first. Okay. Now, with your goals, right, here's what you got to do. You have to fuse with it. You have to become one with your goal. You have to, we have to believe that it's already done. Radically accepting the idea, okay? Identity-based behaviors, right? Identify what you need to work on, right? For example, do you need to, are you procrastinating right now? Do you need to change it to like, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now? Listen, if you are a procrastinator, own it. I was a procrastinator. I put things off, put things off, put things off. But why? Because a couple of years ago, I wasn't clear on my goal. Okay? So whenever you're clear on your goal, it's very hard for you to take the action, right? So do it now. Let that become a brain tattoo. So even if you walk past something in your home, right, and you think, I'll get that later, boom, do it now. Start with small things, stack those wins, and I'm telling you, the more that you do that, the more that's going to create a complete habit in your life, right? Do you need to become better at accepting ideas? Do you need to become better at your discipline? Do you need to become better at your focus, right? So really decide on what it is that you need to work on. And like I said, just one every single 90 days, okay? Process driven, right? What are your 3 to 4 goal achieving activities, that you're going to do every single day that's going to take you closer to your goal, right? And what you want to do is you want to create 3 wins from your goal every single day. So whatever you say that you're going to do, you're not going to go to bed until you have them done, right? Yes, there are going to be days where you're like, oh, I've only got 2 done. That's okay. Next day, okay? It's okay to, as long as your intention is there, okay? We're not robots at the end of the day, right? So as long as your intention is there, okay? So creating 3 wins from your goal every single day and not going to bed until it's done. That is how you're going to create a quantum leap over the next 90 days. And if you really go all in with this, if you really get completely committed, I promise you, you're not going to believe like the difference in yourself. Your confidence is going to be through the roof. Your standards are going to be up here. You're going to start, attracting everything you need to create your goal. And let me tell you, that is a wonderful place to be in. So the other thing actually that I must mention before I finish this up is, one thing that I would highly recommend that you do is create a morning routine for yourself. Okay? the morning routine is going to set you up for the most incredible day, the most successful day, right? Remember I said earlier, we are here, think of it as levels of vibration. We are here, your goal is here. Here's all the different levels of vibration, right? Whenever you do the gratitude in the morning time, right? Whenever you do your auto suggestion in the morning time, whenever you visualize your goal, whenever you write out your future self, you're going there. Whenever you mentally rehearse, right? You're going there to that goal. So your vibration is high. You're getting on the vibration of your goal. So whenever you get in the vibration of your goal, that's where you're going to get the ideas. That's when somebody's going to come into your mind. And that's when the game changes for you. So listen, I am so grateful to have you here today. Thank you so much for joining. If you are very committed to creating a massive quantum leap for yourself in the next 90 days, then reach out to me either on Instagram or Facebook, or email tara@taragallagher.ie and put in the subject box committed. And I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.